All hail Caroga, the land of Jaloja. Our wheelchairs are fast, and our beds fold in two. We like to drive around in Jeeps. We love the way they hoots and beeps. Going real fast makes sassy aroo. All hail, mighty Lord and King, great ruler of everything. All hail Caroga, Jaloja will reign. Qapla, everyone, and thanks to Abberjam McClunky, Abberjam UK, for the amazing Carogan national anthem. And most of you, hopefully, are subscribed to the Bird will Pray 5X channel, so you already got to hear that song in its full uncut brilliance without me butting in at the end. But in case anybody hadn't heard it before, or you missed the beginning, you can get it. It's on the Bird will Pray 5X channel, which if you don't know where that is, go to birdwillpray5.com. There's a link to the Bird will Pray 5X channel. There's a link to Mamo Pray channel. Subscribe to all the channels. And on Bird will Pray 5X channel, you can get the full uncut Carogan national anthem. And I want to thank John Araki, who put in a $1 super chat before the anthem even ended. And then thank you, John Araki. And then a $1.99 super chat from Thomas Potts, who says, "You son of a bitch, my speakers broke." Now, Thomas, I want you to know, I already turned down the volume on that quite a bit. The volume on that was beyond high. It was just maxed out, the recording. I had to, not only did I cut it back 4 decimals in the editing software, playing it back to you now, I had it only at 20% of max volume. And Joseph Petrick with a €2 super chat. Jaloja will reign. Saw that in a different tube. No, it's not rain, R-A-I-N. It's rain, R-E-I-G-N. It's completely different. Completely different. Thomas says it was you singing, not the song. Oh, my singing that broke your speakers. Because I held the tune for rain for so long. That's probably it. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday, Bedlife, for January 17th, 2020. And I do apologize a bit for running up against Anti-Tracker streaming under the Rational Roundtable, his Just Cause game, where he thinks that he's a freedom fighter and that's any different from what I do, even though when I play games and he plays games, we're both stealing cars, stealing helicopters, and killing people. But he wants to believe that he has some moral right to do so because the game is called Just Cause 3 instead of Grand Theft Auto 5. Whatever makes you sleep at night, Anti-Tracker. And told him that I hope he keeps playing it, because I really, I don't want to step on his toes either. Nobody owns the time slots, but this is the time I normally go on, so I didn't want to delay, because frankly I go to sleep early, and because I know there are people here that like to hear me, and they go to sleep in a couple hours, so it would seem like best to just go on. So Wesley Crusher was here quite early at 3:12 p.m., over an hour and a half ago, asking if he was too late. No, Wes, I don't know if you're here again, but we hadn't yet started. Joseph says, okay, Life with Matthew finished. It's my turn, and yes, I missed Life with Matthew stream between 2:30 and 4 p.m. Eastern is the worst time. I really can't do anything or watch anything, but I saw it, And I did skip through it once it was over, and I liked it. Joseph Petrick yelled, no! I think when I said that it was still going to take a bit before I went on. And Joseph is okay. Anti-Trekker is streaming on Rational Roundtable. He's there for now. I'm glad you had somebody to listen to, Joseph. Cinnabon Bunny says hello. Welcome, Cinnabon. Thomas Potts says hi. Welcome, Thomas. 47 Yorktown says hello, sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Qapla. Rock Solid says, I feel less oppressed here than on Anti-Trekker streams. And you are less oppressed here, Rock Solid. Even though I also find you probably certifiably crazy that you think the original series is a terrible Star Trek series. But, we'll deal with that. One issue at a time. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, and all Qapla Life with Matthew. Carlos says, hiya, all hail Caroga indeed. Sci-Fi Nation says, the real national anthem of Caroga, indeed. This is the real national anthem, not Anti-Trekker claims this is the censored version. No, it's not the censored version. This is the version that was approved by the Emperor of Caroga. So this is the Caroga national anthem. It's nothing to do with censorship. If Abberjam wanted to release his original writing of the anthem, he's welcome to do so, but it was never approved by me, so it was never the official anthem. If Abberjam wants to release it, though, we're not going to stop him. He has all the freedom of speech to do so. But if he wants the approval and the endorsement of Caroga, that's this version. And I think it's better, to be completely honest. Rock Solid said, Life with Matthew, meant to get back to you. The baby's been vomiting up all day, and I'm going to be on puke duty. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Rock Solid. Hope baby gets to feel better. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Brittle Prey, Mama Prey, Sassio Prey, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Sci-Fi Nation. Mama Prey is waving. DJ Odyssey says, what the hell kind of Soviet propaganda is this? DJ, it's just it's public domain, okay? We didn't have a lot of choices. We didn't have a lot of choices when it came to public domain underpinnings. So, Soviet Union chant, it's the words that matter, not the underlying music. Don't worry about it. We are reclaiming it in the name of capitalism and Caroga. Josh Street says, why does Caroga National Anthem sound like a drunk SpongeBob song? I guess SpongeBob is based off the Soviet anthem. I don't know. Trek 95 says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Trek 95. Peter Quinn lolled. Peter Quinn, I did answer you in Discord, but then I logged off so I could start the stream. Life with Matthew says, Rock Solid. Oh no, that sucks for many reasons. Yes, sick babies are very sad. DJ Odyssey says, hail all, hail Mama Prey, hail Bert. Thank you, DJ. Qapla. And DJ, I thought I saw you today on Let's Make a Deal. You were behind a giraffe woman. But I think you need to try to get on Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady as the Pink Bunny. I think you could make a good deal. Big money deal. Peter Quinn says, Finar Gnar? I don't know. Rock Solid says, remember, smash that like button, share via socials, join the Patreon or subscribe star, donate if you can, make sure you are subscribed, turn mic and cam on before streaming, down with oppressors in Turtistan. Indeed. And Sci-Fi Nation donated $1. All hail Caroga, indeed. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. And you got eyebrow-raising Dax. Eyebrow-raising Dax. Sci-Fi Nation says, all hail Caroga and hero. All hail Caroga and its hero and dear leader, God Emperor Bird of Prey 5. That's me. Well, thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. DJ says, this is Soviet propaganda. It's not Soviet. The Soviets are gone. They only exist in Alexander's head. Rock Solid says, Life with Matthew. No, it blows. Chunks. Lots of chunks. And they smell like... Oh, don't even... Come on. Chris Purser says, all hail mighty Mamo Pray, Sassy Opray, and Bird too. That's fine, Chris. Thank you. Live with Matthew says, rock solid. So, ew, no stream tonight. Lol. Josh Street says, Caroga will fall in a few days. Caroga will never fall. Rock solid says, maybe tomorrow. Oh, well, tomorrow we will be waiting, rock solid. Sci-Fi Nation says, Thomas Potts is fake news. Yeah, Thomas is trying to spread his propaganda that my voice broke his speakers. My voice fixes speakers, Thomas. Uncle Remus says, game night. You know, I think we are going to do at least one game towards the end of the stream. We will probably end the stream with a use your words. I know Anti-Tracker does a game night the entire night almost. So, we're not going to do games the entire time. I want to talk a bit. I want to talk about, well, the Carogan Anthem. I want to talk about Star Trek Picard. There's a handful of Dear Bops left. There's a couple of news articles. And then, when that's all done, we'll do a use your words, if all's going well, when we end the stream. Assuming everything is going well. And I'm feeling all right. And, you know, there's still electricity. Those types of things. Linewood Matthews is rock solid. Okay, let me know if it pans out. I can be a bit more flexible on time with Sundays. And Not Ryan Johnson with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Not Ryan Johnson. Caroga will reign over Turkestan, and then Jaloja will reign on Turkestan. Yes. Yes, that's the way. The R-A-I-N. Reign. Khan! Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. Not Ryan Johnson. And, yes, Turkestan has to fear the Jaloja. The Jaloja reign, it's headed towards Turkestan. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hello in Qapla, Not Ryan Johnson. Thomas says it was my singing, not the song. Rock Solid says 4 decibels. It's decibels. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, you owe Thomas $100 for new speakers and $75 to everyone for the future, for the torture for making us listen to the Caroga National Anthem. Torture? That is, you should be paying me to listen to the Caroga National Anthem. And then I would give a cent to Abberjam for actually recording it. No, I mean, in Caroga we have a fair and equitable split between content creators and the government. The split is we take everything we want and we give the creators whatever we feel it's worth. DJ Odyssey says hashtag Dear Bop. Rock Solid is saying Dear Bop, Dear Bop, Dear Bop. Tubian 323 says the leader of Caroga has no time for Dear Bops. No, we're going to do Dear Bops. It's Friday. It's the day we normally do Dear Bops, so we will do Dear Bops. There's not, I'm sure people are frantically putting in their Dear Bops now, but before I started, there was only a handful, since I did a bunch yesterday. Trek95 says, you want Dear Bop to Rock Solid, and Rock Solid says, what's a Dear Bop? Mr. Captain 93 loves the shirt. Thank you, Mr. Captain. It is one of my few Star Trek shirts. Got the little science insignia, little Mr. Spock action going on here. Don't have the pointed ears, but it'll do. It will do. Where were we? Trek 95 says rock solid. I don't know. Uncle Remus says more Picard news. News is that the new Picard show is confirmed in the Prime universe. Well, Uncle Remus was confirmed in the Prime universe for a long time. But that's not the latest news. What happened is, early this morning, they released yet another trailer. So yeah, another trailer came out early this morning. And then, on Twitter, they released another, I wouldn't even call it a trailer. It's like a 10-second animation, but it's still pictures. But it has the new captain on it, the guy with the beard. And it opens up a whole nother can of worms. We'll get to it in a few minutes, but I have some Picard spoilers, so I will be very, very careful not to mention them until I get to a point where then I will just tell people I'll mention them. If you want to, mute it for like a minute or two, I'll go over the couple of spoilers that are out. Because in the premiere yesterday, the people who were at the premiere in the United Kingdom yesterday, they premiered the first 3 episodes. So there's like several hundred people have seen the first 3 episodes. So there already some info out there on the first 3 episodes. So I will go over the quick summary of what they've had to say about the first 3 episodes. It will literally take a single minute, 2 tops, and then, we can talk about it a little bit. But it's nothing earth-shattering. It's really more things that didn't happen rather than things that did. They're not spoiling anything that happens because, spoiler alert, nothing really happens. Nothing really happens. Although, we do finally get to know what's so special about the special girl. I mean, we knew she was special. Now we know why she's special. And we also know things that I assume we should have known once the 3rd Picard comic came out, which it was supposed to do this week, but it ended up getting delayed. So now the 3rd issue of the Picard Countdown comic, which was supposed to be a comic you read before you saw Star Trek Picard, they had to delay the comic until the week after the show's premiering. Because I believe, now nobody can confirm this, but I believe they made last-minute changes to the show, which required last-minute changes to the comic. And the comic they could already prep to run via the old version, and somebody said, oh shit, now we've got to edit the comic, and they realized we can't get the comic out before the show starts, and they're not going to delay the show for the comic. So they said, well, F it, we'll just put the comic out after the show, which is a big middle finger to everybody who's been buying the comic. But as Nerdrotic looked up the numbers, there was less than 6,000 issues of the first comic sold. Less than 6,000 issues of copies of issue 1 were listed as being sold. And I was one of those people. And according to Nerdrotic, some of those probably didn't actually get sold and will be sent, but I don't know if they get sent back or they just get in the bargain bin. But there was less than 6,000 actual people who purchased this comic. I was one. So I assume there's probably less for issue 2. He didn't even have the numbers for issue 2. He couldn't find them. And I mean, if it's anything like a TV show, the premiere episode is the biggest ratings, and then the ratings start to drop more often than not. So if comics or anything like that, there could have been half as many people for the second comic, which means there might be 2,000 people upset the third comic isn't coming out on time, and I'm one of those people. And only doing it because I want to review it for everybody else, because I know, lots of people are going to watch Star Trek Picard are not going to have time or want to put in the effort of reading a comic. So I wanted to read the comic so I could explain to you guys the biggest stuff you needed to know before watching Picard. And unfortunately, they're screwing us out of that. So maybe some of this news that we're going to read today will make up for the fact that the comic isn't done yet. Tubian says, rock solid. Dear Bob stands for Dear Bird of Prey, where he reads the email. Rock solid knows what Dear Bob means. Piano Dean, Qapla All, Piano Dean says, hey Bird, gonna dedicate a song to you tonight at work. What's your favorite Elton John song? Piano Dean, I don't have a favorite Elton John song. But I would guess Mama Praise is Candle in the Wind. Yeah, probably Candle in the Wind. But thank you, Piano Dean. I do appreciate it. Elton John, really not my style, but I don't hate Candle in the Wind. It's just I wouldn't call myself an Elton John fan. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, I'm glad you enjoy TOS. I don't. If you want to watch, enjoy it. It's just not my taste. I don't enjoy it. And I understand that, Rock Solid, and I support your choice to have that opinion, but it just boggles my mind. It's like saying somebody doesn't like Super Mario Brothers. Like, Rock Solid, can you imagine somebody tells you, I don't like Pac-Man, or I don't like Super Mario Brothers, or I don't like Sonic? I mean, that would just... If you say, well, I don't like Super Mario Brothers because I was a Sega fan, I like Sonic, okay. Or I don't like Sonic because I was a Nintendo fan, I like Super Mario Bros., okay. Or I don't like Pac-Man because, I don't know, my parents got killed by a big yellow blob that was chasing them down a street. Maybe. But I would have a hard time if somebody told me that they were a gamer and they didn't like Pac-Man, Sonic, or Super Mario Brothers. They're like, well, what the hell are you talking about then? You're a gamer. What do you like? I go, I like Halo 3. Like, ow, that hurt. I was hoping that was going to make a smacking sound. Instead, I hurt my own hand. Still. But no, Rock Solid. I get it. I get it. I'll stop making fun of you. I'll try. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movie says, Qapla, Mr. Lundell. Thomas Potts says, so I had 50 chopper kills. Anti-Tracker beat me to 165 this morning, and now Thomas has 279. You know, it makes me think the game's too easy. The game is too easy if you can get 279 chopper kills. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, yeah, that makes baby hasn't been sick since birth, so a touch of the stomach flu isn't unexpected. She started throwing up right around 8 p.m. I'm sorry to hear that. Thomas Potts says, Bird couldn't find the German national anthem from 1935 to National 45, so he went with his Czech second choice. To be clear, Abberjam picked it. I told him it had to be public domain, and that's what he could get. Vile Meg says, howdy folks, just gonna listen, about to drive. Hi, Vile. Welcome. Jeff Franklin says, hello, Bird of Prey. Qapla, Jeff Franklin. Good to see you here. I often see you on Anti-Trekker's stream. I hope you're doing okay. And welcome. Rock Solid says, Vile Mike, are you trying to get me to buy a copy of Super Mario All-Stars from you? Miss Lundell's question, is the Bedlife Caroga's official weapon? It could be. It could be. Caroga, yeah, we'll call the Bedlife Carogan official, one of many official Carogan weapons. Caroga really prefers guns, but the Bedlife is certainly our best bladed weapon. Sci-Fi Nation says, this is glorious Caroga. Roxanne says, Bird of Prey, do you have a weak stomach? Baby vomit, get your little queasy, like the curdled milk from Alien Nation. Not me, but Mama Prey.
You'll know.
And we'll know soon enough, since Sisso Prey is pregnant. As we all know, DJ may or may not be the father. And in fact, she had, I don't know where it is, she probably has it on her, the latest sonogram image. The baby is giving a big hello, a big wave to everybody. So that was cool to see the other day. So soon enough, I think we will have that smell of baby puke. It will be something. I haven't smelt it in a long time. Jeff Franklin's his first time on your live stream. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen you here before, but I've seen you at Anti-Tricker quite a bit. Wesley says, bird of prey. Greetings, birds, turds, and alpacas. Greetings, Wesley. Tubian says, hail bird, hail mama prey, hail all, Qapla, Tubian. DJ says, so I got kicked out of Red Lobster last night before I went to a Kicked out of Red Lobster? What did you do, DJ? Did you try to free the lobsters? Were you dressed as the bunny or the T-Rex? How does one get kicked out of Red Lobster? I have to hear this. Wait, Mamo Prey has to know this too. We have to know. Because the only thing I could imagine getting kicked out of Red Lobster for is if there was waiting for a table and I was like, this is bullshit, and I start going to other customers' tables, just pulling the cheddar lobster, the biscuits off the tables and just start eating them off of other people's tables. Like, but I was like, pulling lobster tails off other people's plates. And just, And still, I'm not sure they would throw me out. They would tell you probably, sir, please sit down and wait your turn. I can't imagine actually getting tossed out. John Araki says, breaking news, wildfires ravage Kurdistan for third day. Constantinople declares state of emergency. Well, wildfires are no joke, and actually I have a news article on what could be making the wildfires even worse. And this was actually shocking news to me. I'm not sure if you guys have heard it or not, but apparently in Australia, just recently with these recent wildfires, and I've been told that the rains have finally hit Australia. Now, I'm sure not all of Australia is in the clear, but big sections of Australia got hit with some heavy rains in the last couple of days, so it has helped the situation. But for the first time, scientists have witnessed an animal other than human beings using fire. And apparently, birds of prey, Australian raptors, which are a bird of prey species, are using fire. They're picking up burning twigs and bringing them to places that the fire has not yet spread, dropping them into the brush, and then waiting for those small animals and lizards and whatnot to run away from the burning flames right into their grasps. So they are using the fires to hunt. They are literally spreading the fires across Australia, and it's the first documented case of an animal besides humans purposely using fire to hunt, which is crazy when you think about it. Crazy for what it means for fighting fires in the future in Australia, and I'm sure other places in the world. I'd imagine eagles and other species might be doing this in the United States. It might just never have been noticed before. But this is crazy stuff. It's in Cosmos magazine. Now, from what I could tell, this appeared to be a legit source of news. I'm not going to read it all because, the headline basically tells you the whole story, that they were witnessed to be doing this, and they were doing it as both individuals and in packs. So it's not only individual birds, but flocks of birds were using fire to hunt. So pretty crazy. As long as I've already gone to the news, let's get them out of the way. So in Popular Mechanics, which is it was my favorite magazine before I got sick. I was still buying the paper version when I'd go on planes and stuff. So this guy is pretty sure his time machine would work. Anyway, basically he's a professor a professor emeritus at some big name college, and I forget where. And he has had this theory that you could create a time machine using lasers. and he's been working on it, and he needs like $250 million for his prototype. But it's something that Elon Musk or other such people might help him with. Now, the problem with this time machine is that even if it works as he thinks it might, it would only let people go back in time until the time he created the time machine. Or, I don't think it would actually let people go back in time. We're probably looking at sending information back in time. I don't think we're sending people back in time, but just maybe some type of radio wave. I don't know exactly what you could send back in time, but whatever it is, it would only be able to go back to the time he actually builds his first prototype, which he hasn't done yet. At least he hasn't admitted to doing it yet. So it's kind of interesting where you get an actual academic and you have other academics that don't say this is total nonsense garbage. It's actually, listen, is it going to work? Probably not. But there's something there that they can't rule it out. There's a possibility to actually do some type of time travel system using lasers that would be within our ability to possibly create in 2020, which is crazy to think about. I mean, most of us will ignore this. I kind of want to ignore it too because I can't imagine it working. But there are very smart people here who, are saying it's possible. It's at least possible. It's just something to think about. And this is a story, again, on Popular Mechanics about a $1 billion solar plant that was built outside Vegas has already become obsolete. And basically a complete and utter failure of technology, because by the time it was even finished being built in 2016, it was already out of date because of how fast solar technology was moving at the time, and now it's just in the middle of a big lawsuit. So, well, just unfortunate. Now, the very next one is the spoilers for Picard, so I'm not going to click on that yet. I'm going to come back to the chat, and then in the next thing I will warn people about the Picard spoilers before we start reading a couple. DJ says, I asked the waitress if they had crabs. She said yes. I told her she better shave off the short hairs then. Okay, DJ. Har. I don't think you were thrown out of Red Lobster. Sci-Fi Nation says only you could get kicked out of Red Lobster, DJ. I can't imagine they kicked you out for that. John Araki says, DJ, so you left a tip for them for doing the favor? You left a tip for them doing you the favor. And DJ says, no tip. Oh, lol. And Rock Solid is trying to show me what decimals are instead of decibels. Whatever they sound almost exactly the same. Decimals. Sci-Fi Nation says only the tip, he promises. Oh, jeez. Carlos says Caroga, the hunt for Red October continues. Rock Solid says only the tip. That's what Frank... No, it's not what Frank says to Freddy. Abberjam says McClunky, Abberjam. We played your glorious Caroga National Anthem at the beginning of the stream. Everybody loved it. We'll probably play it again a little later when I have to Jaloja. It's about 2.5 minutes, just under 2.5 minutes. So it'll make a good break song. And well done, Abberjam. And as you know, because you've seen it on the Bird of Prey 5X channel, all credit goes to Abberjam. Mr. Miles says, not Mr. Miles, excuse me, Mr. Captain. Big difference. I feel like there's more buzz for Picard than there was for Star Wars. There's a surprising amount of buzz for Picard. I will grant you that. Was it today? It was this morning. This morning I saw an actual commercial on broadcast television for Picard for the first time. It felt real for the first time. I was watching CBS News this morning, and they did a advertisement for Picard, said streaming soon. Now, I remembered back, I'm like, you know what? When they first came out with Discovery, they put the first 2 episodes of Discovery on CBS. And I was like, I wondered if, and I guess they're not going to do that with Picard, which is a shame, because you would think if they were really interested in getting people, they would put at least the first episode of Picard on true, real CBS to try and get in an audience. But I would only imagine that that was a complete and total failure, so they decided not to try it again. Because you have to think that if it was actually helpful to put Discovery on CBS and they got a lot of new subscribers, that they would have done it again when Picard came out. I would take it as circumstantial evidence that putting STD on broadcast CBS was not helpful in bringing in new subscribers to CBS All Access, but that's just a theory. I can't prove it. Sci-Fi Nation says we were just talking about you, Abberjam. For some reason, Anti-Tracker didn't think you were a free man. Yeah, Abberjam is a free man, able to walk around Caroga, leave Caroga if he wants. Abberjam says he can neither confirm nor deny whether he's in shackles. No, you can deny it. He's not in shackles. If he's in shackles, he's not in a Caroga. Tubian says, Bird of Prey breaking, special girl is special, indeed. But now we know why she's special, and to be honest, it was not a reason I thought of. It was actually something and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but I will at least give it that it was neat. It was no theory I had heard before. DJ says, of course, Bird supports CBS, sealed material. Lol. Hey, I got to get another $50,000 from CBS if they want me to shill for Picard. Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey 5. I got CBS All Access for free on Amazon. I was watching the short tracks, well made but pointless in the end. Wesley, I would debate whether they were even well made. Well produced, perhaps. I mean, sure, the graphic quality, they have well designed sets, even though they're not Star Trek sets. They have well designed sets. I don't know why they're using an anamorphic widescreen, perspective. Like they're shooting like it's a movie. It's not a movie. It's a TV show. Use the full 16:9. I kind of pissed that even though I have a nice high def TV, that there's like 25% of my pixels are going unused because you decided to shoot it in anamorphic widescreen instead of 16:9 like any other HD TV show. But what they do shoot looks good. It just doesn't look like Star Trek. Thomas's Bird of Prey. Where do you keep the tanks at Qapla Geminos Nord base? You see, Thomas, you are not in Caroga. I don't know what these names are. You've gone into some other nation, and you think you are. They think they are liberating Caroga, but they're not even in Caroga. They should have made a left turn at Albuquerque, but they didn't. I don't know where you are. You're in Mexico or something. You should have noticed it by the fact that nobody was speaking English. T-Berg says, used to have a show in Canada called Today's Special, where a mannequin came to life and had fun with the window dresser and the mouse and the security guard in a department store. That seems very random, T-Berg. DJ says, what's wrong with Crocodile Rock? Who said anything was wrong with Crocodile Rock? Sci-Fi Nation says CBS is free on Prime. Well, it had to be a giveaway, a special. It's not that it's free for everybody. Piano Dean says, DJ, that's actually the name of the place I work. Oh, very cool. T-Berg says, I don't like green eggs and ham. Sci-Fi, I am. Yosef says goodbye, Normal Gene. Rocksolid says Bird of Prey. I'm not a huge Pac-Man fan myself, but I wasn't a huge Super Mario Bros. 1 fan. I like Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Doki Doki Panic, better than the original. Rocksolid, speak English, man. Doki Doki Panic. Nobody knows what the hell that means. DJ says that's awesome, Piano Dean. Joseph says Piano Dean. Our wedding dance was the way you look tonight. The way you look tonight. Very cool. DJ says, Bird of Prey would have hated the concert I went to last night since it was all Beatles stuff. You know, DJ, I don't hate the Beatles. I don't love the Beatles. There's like 5 or 6 Beatles songs I have in my rotation, including back in the USSR. And then there's the 2 songs that say the exact opposite things. The one that's money, it's all about money, and then the one that money can't buy me love. All I want, I don't forget the title, but it's like all I want is money. And then there's another one that money can't buy me love. Money can buy lots of things, it's true, but the one thing I want, it can't do. Something like that. And then there's another song, money, all I want is money. I always thought that was funny that they sang the opposite. They sang both pro money and against money. So those are 2 of my favorite Beatles songs. Piano Dean says, Joseph, I do that one. Very cool. Kennewick Sabian says, dang it, late at minus 20 minutes on 2X. Well, Kennewick, you'll catch up. Joseph says, was my choice since my wife, love her heart, listens to garbage. Not the band, but the quality indeed is. DJ says, Kennewick, it's okay. He is still 40 minutes behind. Kennewick says, I like Shirley Mason. Is that her name from the garbage? I have no idea. And DJ is reeing because I brought up Sisso Prey. Roxanne says Bird of Prey. Bird of Prey. I don't want. Where are we? Where are we? Oh. I've lost the chat. Luckily I can find it by DJ's reeing. Roxanne says it's not Mary O, it's Mary O for Super Mario. DJ says, I'm not Mamo Prey. Already said I wasn't the father. Chris Perzer says, my condolences to you, DJ, for your chance will not come. Sci-Fi Nation says, and it has a unicorn mask on it. DJ says, I'm gonna sue Bird for libel. T-Berg says, hello, Uncle Joe. Hello, T-Berg. Odega Outlaw says, hail, Bob. Hail, Odega Outlaw. Joseph says, Kennewick, correct. DJ says, Bird of Prey, reading interviews, say Patrick Stewart talks about the Picard show, and half the interview ends up being about Brexit. Yeah, Brexit, Trump. But I will give Anti-Tricker credit. Not that I think Captain Marvel was a great movie, but I would say 99% of what Brie Larson talked about prior to Captain Marvel coming out simply wasn't in the movie. I mean, it was a shitty movie because Brie Larson was a bad character in it. Well, I wouldn't say it was not a good movie because Brie Larson was its weakest point. But Brie Larson wasn't in the movie talking about the patriarchy and stuff like that, which is what she was talking about in real life. So if Patrick Stewart isn't in Picard talking about, keeping Romulan kids in cages, because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid we're going to go and there's going to be Romulan kids in cages and they're going to be talking about building a great wall around the Federation and the Federation voting to withdraw from, whatever the further systems. And honestly, we have, maybe it's time we get to that part. So, okay, guys, I'm going to read some spoilers from the first 3 episodes of Picard. So, please, if you don't want to hear those spoilers, mute or head off the channel for 3 minutes. 3 minutes to be safe. Okay? When I tell Alexa to do the countdown, I will stop reading after 3 minutes. But if you guys want to listen to the spoilers, and again, these are spoilers mostly about what doesn't happen more than what does happen, although it does fill in the current situation to a point. And it tells us why the girl is special. So that's what we're going to hear. So Alexa, set countdown for 3 minutes. I don't know. Alexa, set countdown for 3 minutes. Okay. Starting now. So we're going over to it. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, now's your chance to pause or get out. Okay. So this was posted on Twitter. And here, I'm just going to read it outright. In response to the Romulan supernova, Picard petitioned Starfleet to build a rescue armada to save 900 plus million Romulans in its path. Starfleet agrees and is building 10,000 ships is underway at Utopia Planitia. Now this is what happens in the Star Trek Picard comic countdown number 1. Now Geordi LaForge is overseeing this whole fleet, and Geordi LaForge is stationed at Utopia Planitia. It says, at this time, Starfleet is also replicating Soong-type androids. These rise up and attack Utopia Planitia, destroying the Armada. It never leaves. So the Armada that's being built at Utopia Planitia never leaves. And Geordi LaForge is possibly dead, because Geordi LaForge was stationed at Utopia Planitia, overseeing all of this. Starfleet just gives up on Picard. Starfleet kind of just gives up, and Picard asks to continue the mission, and they say no. The supernova happens anyway, and Spock's backup plan fails. Spock's backup plan was to use red matter to prevent the star from going supernova to begin with. Picard resigns over this. Flash forward to today, and that's when Picard starts. Dal, or Da, and that's the girl, the special girl, comes to Picard for help. Da is an organic human body with a positronic brain. That's Data's brain. She was created by Bruce Maddox as a compromise since Starfleet banned synthetic research after the attack. So after the attack on Mars, which happens like 10 years before Picard, before the Picard series starts, they said, okay, no more building Soong-type androids, but they allowed Maddox to build a human being with a positronic brain. Da is killed in the first episode, but she has a twin, currently pretending to be a scientist on the Borg Cube. The cube is run by Romulans as they try to salvage and analyze Borg tech and rehabilitate drones. First 3 episodes take place on Earth. No Starfleet ships, space battles, etc. No 7 of 9 in the first 3 episodes. And Yu is working with the Romulans on the Borg Cube. He has been deborgified. So those came from somebody who saw the first 3 episodes. Alexa, stop. So the 3 minutes are over. So those were the spoilers. Now I would ask you guys, please, in the comments, if you have a question, please don't put in any of the spoilers. If you have a question, maybe at the end of the stream, we can do some spoiler questions, but that's where we are. That's where we are in the episode. I'm not going to repeat it. Hopefully you heard it. And, like I said, that is not what I expected for the girl. It was not. I don't think anybody had that as the working theory as to what or who she was. And it doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but at least now we know why the state of the galaxy is what it is. Why is Picard's lightsaber going to be rainbow colored? Rock Solid asked. That's because it's the color of his heart. And his heart is a big diversity rainbow. Miss Lundell says, since Caroga appreciates Klingon Sword of Honor, I pledge my allegiance as my sword of honor to the defense of Caroga. Qapla, Miss Lundell. It is great to have you on board with Caroga. Mr. Captain says, Anti-Trigger's playing your stream on his live stream. Turdistan is pirating you. It's okay. Anti-Trigger needs some quality streaming and entertainment. He's allowed. He is allowed. Sci-Fi Nation says DJ is going to have to change his name to Daddy DJ Odyssey. Kennewick says, I like the Soviet Union anthem, like why they sung it in The Hunt for Red October. What a great film. Yes. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Odega Outlaw. Speaking of great films, I just watched Midway for the first time today. I enjoyed it. Now I'm hoping I like 1917 better, because a lot more people have told me 1917 is a better film. Now, few people said Midway was a good film, but a lot of people are saying 1917 is a good film. So we'll see. But hopefully I'll see 1917 in the next week or so. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Odega Outlaw. Dan23 says, nom nom nom. Aldega Outdoors says, hey to Sci-Fi. I try not to read the hellos between two, people. T-Berg says, what's a Pac-Man image? Nom nom nom. TJ says, I did eat all the cheddar lobster biscuits. Of course, that's the best part of Red Lobster. Sci-Fi Nation, I have 2 boxes of those in the cupboard. Sci-Fi, we had them too, but the homemade cheddar lobster biscuits, while they're good, they're very good even, they don't hold a candle to the actual Red Lobster made biscuits. Roxanne says, while Bird of Prey can't see getting tossed out of Red Lobster, Frank loved when Freddy tossed his salad. God damn it, Rock Solid. Wesley crushes Bird of Prey. I mean to say, I get CBS free on Amazon. Yes, but for how long? Sci-Fi Nation says hi to Wesley. Chris Burgess says, everyone always blames Canada, when in fact you should have blamed Bird of Prey. No, why would they blame me? Rox says, Bird of Prey, animals didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I wonder if anybody's did an Australian version of We Didn't Start the Fire. Odega Outlaw says, fire starting birds. Don't get any ideas, Bop. I know. T-Berg says, crazy giving birds fire, giving Donald Trump dukes. Tubian says, kill the birds. No, don't kill the birds. Wesley says, birds started the fires, kill the birds to save the planet. DJ says, Odega, bird gave them the idea. Dan23 says, there was a news story in the UK about this, like 200 of these birds were found dead in a road where people suspect they were being chased by Bird of Prey and smacked into the concrete. Sci-Fi Nation says, brings new meaning to the word firebird, indeed. T-Berg says, the birds saw it on YouTube. Thomas says, Bird of Prey is causing the fires. Sci-Fi says he bought it at the nudie book stand. I did not buy Popular Mechanics at the nudie book stand. T-Berg says, yeah, popular schmeckelbacks. T-Berg says he saw the movie Paycheck. I don't think I did see the movie Paycheck. DJ says, Bird of Prey killed the annual centerfold issue of Popular Mechanics that came out. Roxanne says, sounds like a King Louis is taking over Bird of Prey 5. So give me the secret man cub clue on what to do. Give me the power of man's red flamethrower so I can be like you. I don't know that song. Dan23 says, Dan23 UK in Angsley dead birds could have been fleeing Bird of Prey. T-Berg says, only You can only send Marty McFlys and Terminators to Sci-Fi Nation. And Borg. We've gone off. I don't know. We've skipped off the record. I have no idea what's going on. Dan23 says in UK, hundreds of birds found dead on road may have been killed trying to escape bird of prey, police have said. More than 200 sterlings were found dead, and Anglesey, one of the birds, had a tag from Lithuania, 1,032 miles from where it was found dead one day ago. Wow. Jeff Franken, bird of prey, many people have debunked Matt Lett's ideas. That's the time travel guy. Well, it's not debunked till it doesn't happen. Carlos says, bird of prey, I can't stop. Yo, the bird of prey, I got a loan of $250 million. Fund the project, get the lottery numbers from the future, win over and over again. Carlos says, this is amazing. The Epic Beard says, hey, nerds and birds. Welcome, Epic Beard. Abberjam says, bird of prey, watching the live stream while watching the live stream in Anti-Trekker's live stream is twisting my melon, man. Well, watch it here, not on Anti-Trekker's stream. Carlos says, bird of prey, it works. The time machine works. Sci-Fi Nation says, holy Caroga, it's the Epic Beard. Welcome. Yeah, welcome, Epic. We haven't seen you in a while. Miss Lundell says, click on the spoilers for the Picard fiasco. Well, we did. Carlos says, bird of prey, I see you a minute ago. Lo, I'll see you a minute ago. Yes, well, that's how it would work. Epic Beard says, yes, I'm here. Finally, not too busy for once. Epic Beard, I'm really glad you were able to make it back. DJ Odyssey says, hail the Epic Beard. Good to hear you buds the Sci-Fi Nation. Carlos says, bird of prey, I've been selected for time travel experiment. This is going to work. Epic Beard says, same. Trek95 says, hello to Abberjam. DJ says, bird of prey wishes there was time travel so he could go back and shut off the sound to his Geologia mistake. Honestly, I don't care about that, really. No, if there was time travel, I'd go back to 2009 and tell myself, say, don't get pancreatitis. But if I do have to get pancreatitis, don't go into a coma. Don't let them put you in an induced coma. Just deal with the pain for a few days, and hopefully you can get through it without being put completely under. Vile Mike says, okay, I can chat now for a bit. Very cool, Vile. Sci-Fi Nation says, the Epic Beard, we thought you got lost in the woods hunting bears. Epic is lolling. Vile Mike says, howdy, Epic. Nice to see you again. Kenwick says, Picard's newest trailer only has 12,000 views on YouTube. Yeah, I was 2 of them. Epic Beard says, yeah, just really busy. Daughter's boyfriend visited from Texas, etc. for the holidays and have been busy with work. Sci-Fi Nation says, glad to have you back all the same. Dan23 says, bird of prey. Yeah, I was watching a TV channel this morning and said coming up next an exclusive 1-minute clip from Amazon's Picard. Well, that would have been a cool clip. Dan23 says, no, they never put Discovery on TV in the UK when it first came out. No, but it was on TV here. Carlos is another 50,000 from CBS. When was the first 50,000? Oh, Carlo, if you go back to my early live streams, when I was one of the Star Trek Discovery reviews, like around episode 6 or 7, CBS sent me $50,000 cash in the mail, and I totally shilled for CBS. I forget which review it is. But on that thumbnail, there's a bunch of $100 bills. That was the shill review I did of Star Trek Discovery. Kenwick says, what? Widescreen? Yeah, well, I don't like it when I'm losing pixels. I paid for those pixels. I want those pixels to work. If the pixels are just black, I get angry. Vile Mike says, Epic Beard, shoot the boyfriend with a 20 gauge loaded. Yeah, that's what I assumed. He was busy because his daughter's boyfriend came down, and so he had to make a hole in the desert somewhere. And that takes a longer time than you'd imagine. Vile Mike says, Epic Beard, did you just shoot him? Yeah, I just read that. Abberjam says, glorious leader, give me permission to deny the shackles he is keeping me in, so I am not in shackles. You're not in shackles. Joseph says, I'm watching everything on my 38-inch 21.9 monitor, and it looks great. Well, 21.9 monitor. How special. 21 to 9? Wow. Epic Beard says, nah, he's nerd like us. Already one of the family. Okay. He got lucky. Dan23 says, I remember seeing something on normal TV when younger. It said, there's a clip of something in HD. And I was thinking, how can we see it if we don't have HD? Yeah, it's crazy. It's like when they try to show us like what HDR, what high definition looks like, or what high color is. And then what do? Well, they can't show it. So they show a really good image, and then they make the image that's supposed to be the regular image just look worse. So you see a comparison. But it's always bullshit. You can't ever show this higher, you can't show a 4K on a 1080p TV. So what do? Well, they make the 4K a full 1080 picture, and then they drop the 1080 part down to like a 480 part, because that's supposed to be as bad as a 1080 is compared to a 4K. It's total bullshit. But, people live with that stuff all the time. This is why I say if I ever became emperor of the world, I would have to approve every TV commercial, because shit like that wouldn't fly, and I would punish the people who try to put that past us. But that's also why I would need an entire army of clones, because I would want to be in charge of every single aspect, from TV commercials to prison reform to school reform to hospital reform, healthcare reform. And I want to be the only one, because I'm the only one I trust to make these decisions. So, that's the real problem. I need more of me. Thomas says they only speak English. T-Berg says, holy shite, the epic beard. Yes. Josh reads his Bird of Prey, no one in Caroga other than a dictator and his closest supporters speak English. Lots of people speak English. Dear Bop will come, okay? Dear Bop will come. Give me a few more minutes. Epic Lols. Rock Solid says, I totally remember today's special Nickelodeon early 80s Bird of Prey. I remember Not It game from Along with Pinwheel. I don't know what you're talking about in the early 80s, but I know yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Star Trek Voyager, and I forgot to mention it. Kenwick says, Rock Solid is actually speaking Welsh. Vile says, the epic beard, yeah, you said he was from Texas. That's where my family's from, Texas. Shooting a boyfriend with a rock salt is just saying hello. Lol. Epic lulz. Dan23 says, the only song by the Beatles I like is Help. Help. I don't know that I know Help. Is it Help Me Rhonda? Is that by the Beatles? Discovery says, Bird admits loving Back in the USSR. I didn't say I love it, but it is one of my favorite Beatles songs. Carlo says, lol, Anti-Traeger is streaming you whilst attacking what he thinks is Krog. Yeah, he's attacking the completely wrong country. It's hilarious. I kind of feel bad for whatever country he's actually attacking, but I can assure you it's not Caroga. It might even be Turkestan. He might not even recognize some of the more, rural Turkestani counties that he's attacking. Rock says his Bird of Prey. Yes, people in the gaming community know exactly what Yum Kojo Doki Doki Panic is. Well, I don't. Sci-Fi says, Vile Mike. We do that in Michigan too. T-Berg says, I want money, ba 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 ba. I want lots of money. Well, what's the Beatles song? Money. I want money. Joseph says, goodbye, Normal Gene. Not working. Not Normal Gene. Those are the opening lyrics to Candles in the Wind. Oh. Goodbye, Norma Jean. Not Normal Gene. Those are the opening lyrics to Candle in the Wind. You see, I'm not saying that I even know the opening lyrics. It's just, of all the Elton John songs, that's the only one I'd say I have any particular care for. I'm not even saying it's a lot of caring. Vile Mike says Bird of Prey, rock solid. I know Doki Doki Panic was a name that's changed to make America Super Mario Brothers 2. It was considered too hard for Americans to play. Dan23's money, that's what I want. The best things in life are free, but you can save them for the birds and bees. I want money. Yeah, that's it. That's the song. Epic Beard says, yes, I'm in Michigan. Didn't shoot him. Just took him to Frankenmouth. That's a shock for any Texan. Rockstar's a Bird of Prey C. Even Vile Mike knows Doki Doki. Well, Vile Mike and you both do classic retro gaming. T-Berg says, good lord, man, you Santa Claused him. Epic Lols. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, sweet Jeebus. Mary say Rio. Now say Mario, not Mayor. Mar. Super Mario, not Mario. Dan23 says, sometimes music artists or bands can have songs about the same subject, like Roy Orbison has lots of songs about dreaming different dreams. Yes, but they have songs that are the complete opposite meaning on money. One song is all about money being the best thing in the world, and the other song is about money not being the best thing in the world, love being the best thing in the world. Dan23 says, sometimes, I just read that. Kennewick says, people who watch Star Trek to escape whatever is on the news. Well, not anymore, because it's going to reflect what's on the news. Vile Mike says, Rexod, do you mean even Vile Mike knows? Of course, I know. I thought anyone else here you would know. If anyone else here would know, it would be me. Well, yeah. Abberjam says, Frankenmouth, the epic beard, is that anywhere near Freddy Schlong? There's no such place as Freddy Schlong. Dan23 says, the band A Garage did a great for James Bond for once. Anyway, guys, I'm going to pause it here. We're going to re-listen to the Caroga National Anthem for those who missed it. We'll be back. I'm going to finish up some comments. We'll get to some Dear Bop and then hopefully play a game. Will rain. Oh, I'm sorry. I ended it. I ended it a second early. You want to listen to it again? No, probably not. Probably not. Thank you, guys. Qapla. Sorry about that. Okay. I hate doing this, but there's so many comments. I'm going to read the ones that are at Bertopray 5s so that after that I can get to doing some Dear Bops And then we'll do, after Dear Buffs, we will play a Use Your Words game. And whatever else comes up between here and there. So guys, remember, and I'm sorry, I should have reminded you guys at the beginning, if you absolutely want me to read your comment, please use @BirdoPray5. Unfortunately, if you didn't use @BirdoPray5, I probably will skip your comment at this point, just because I'm 25 minutes behind in the comments, and we could do this for another hour, and we know I'll never catch up. So Vile Mike says, Bird of Prey, try saying Mario for Mario. Mario. I know how to say Mario, okay? I'm Italian. I know how to say Mario. If I'm not saying it right, it's because you don't know how Mario is supposed to sound. It's Mario. Not Mario. Mario. Mario sounds like an English person trying to say Mario. Like, oh, it's Master Mario and his brother, Sir Luigi. No. It's Mario and Luigi. That's how you say it. Princess Peach. And, okay, that's probably all the names I know. Picard now has Force heals as Uncle Remus. He might. I wouldn't be surprised. He's got the power of Beverly. Droxod's is Bird of Prey, but why is Picard's lightsaber going to be rainbow colored? You know why. You know why it's going to be rainbow colored, Rock Solid. Vile Mike says Bird said he will not watch Picard. That's not what I said. I never said that. I said I was definitely going to watch Picard. I said I would never not watch Picard. I think maybe other people shouldn't, but I would never say that. I would never tell people not to. I personally am going to because it has Star Trek on it, and I have to. I feel like I have to watch it. I could put Star Trek label on just about anything, and I'm just going to be compelled to watch it because that's how big a Star Trek fan I am. Now, I will complain to hell if it sucks, and I will praise it to I don't know, heaven, if it's great, and we'll talk about it if it's so, but I'm not going to not watch. Trek 95 is Bird of Prey. Yes, I suspected all along. I think that's about a Picard revelation. Vile Mike says Bird of Prey. You forgot to mention Picard is going to be confirmed to be Rey's father. Yes, well, I thought everybody knew Picard was Rey's father. Also her grandfather, so it's very weird. Dan23, her other grandfather. Dan23 says Bird of Prey, director of Thor Ragnarok, has been invited to develop Star Wars mini-film feature project according to reports. You know, I know a lot of Marvel fans don't like Thor Ragnarok. I personally did. I don't think it matters. I don't think they're going to have a big difference into making Star Wars good or bad, but we'll see. Sci-Fi says, I try not to say the hellos between people, but still do. I do, because by the time I've read it, I don't know what I'm reading ahead of time. Most of the time, I haven't pre-read it. So, unless I see right in the beginning it says, like, hello, so-and-so, then I know to skip it. Uncle Remus says there's a decent copy of Midway in the wild, but still kind of crappy. Uncle Remus, I get my copies legit. So, it's okay. Sci-Fi Nation says, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I can't do it. Roxodds says, Bird of Prey, you've never seen Jungle Book and Louis Prima singing I Wanna Be Like You. Nope, I never did. Where are we? Admiral Saval's in the house. Qapla Admiral. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, how do you pronounce March? Like March. Bar, right? That's how you pronounce Mario in Super Mario. No, that's not how you pronounce Mar in Mario. Mario, like I'm gonna marry you, but it's Mario. That's how you say Mario. I don't understand what you're saying that Mario doesn't sound like Mario. Like saying like Joey doesn't sound like Joey. It sounds like Joy. No, it's Mario. Okay, a lot of people I know in my life are named Mario. Hey, that's Mario. That's Mario's cousin. That's Mario's mother. That's Mario's old girlfriend. No, Mario. That's how you say Mario. You might be mistaken. Okay? Maybe in your part of the country, they sound it Mario. But that's not how people who know people named Mario say the word Mario. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. She's not saying anything. DJ says if pixels are black, I get angry. Well, if you know what I'm saying, if I bought a 16.9 TV, 16 by 9 TV and not 2/3, but I get 2 inches of black pixels on the top and the bottom, I'm pissed because they could have shot it in 16 by 9, but they made a concerted effort to shoot it in an aspect ratio that doesn't fit 99% of television. So, why? Just because they want to be special? Fuck you. Special. I got your special right here. I'm the one paying you money. You're supposed to conform to my standards. I'm not supposed to have to conform to yours. Release the 16 by 9 cut. They should hashtag that. Release the Picard 16 by 9 cut. Although, to be honest, for Star Trek Discovery and the short tracks, and I'm sure with Picard, there's going to be a lot bigger problems than the aspect ratio. Right? That's if all we had to argue about was the aspect ratio, hallelujah, because then we would have great track. Sassy just stood up. When I said hallelujah, Sassy just stood up. It's okay, Sassy. If the day comes I'm only arguing about the aspect ratio on Star Trek Picard, then you know they did something right. Because to be completely honest, let's face it, once we actually see Picard, there's probably going to be 100 more things to complain about other than the aspect ratio. Like, I've never complained about the aspect ratio of Discovery because there's been so much else to complain about. It's only now, thinking about it, months and years later, that I realize, yeah, I'm kind of pissed at the aspect ratio too. But, we pick our battles, okay? I'm a lot more pissed that they screwed up Spock, that they made Spock have space dyslexia, that they gave him a sister that nobody ever talked about, that we're supposed to believe tribbles didn't exist as we know them until some crazy scientist injected them with human DNA. Somehow, human DNA made a slow-breeding creature breed fast, even though in Enterprise, Dr. Phlox had already said tribbles breed quite quickly if you feed them, and blah, 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 blah. And it's all bullshit. They just go after canon like crazy. The aspect ratio is the least of my issues. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, do you do Dear Bop yet? We did not do Dear Bop yet, Wes. As soon as I get through the app Bird of Prey comments, we'll do Dear Bop. Sci-Fi Nation says, still need to learn how to keep up in the chat like me and DJ. You and DJ just don't read the chat. That's how you do it. Sci-Fi says, that's the problem. I need none of me, Bird of Prey. I need more of me. Well, that is the problem. Trick 95 says, Bird of Prey, it's official. I've lost my sanity. If they say that it's data in Picard, I'm going to lose my insanity. We talked about this before. Well, it's data in so much as it's data in... It's not data in the draw. I can be 99.9% sure that is not data in the draw they open. That's, I would guess, I'd say 85% that's B4 in the drawer they open. And I would imagine, and this is not a spoiler, I didn't read it, but I imagine they're going to say like B4's memory cortex couldn't take Data's load and he had to be shut down or something. And they're keeping B4 in the draw. The other 10% chance or whatever is that it's lore. It's lore. But there is no way that's data. Actually, I read, Brent Spiner did release a small blurb about how he was only willing, and this is not a spoiler. This was in a news article. It's just a lot of people didn't read it. But Brent Spiner specifically said that he only agreed to come back to Picard if Data's death was not undone. So Brent Spiner guaranteed us, for whatever that means, for however much he trusts him, that Data died in Nemesis. He was absolutely not going to come back if it in any way retconned Data's death. He did not want to. He did not forgive him. I got to give him credit. According to what he said, there was no way he would have came back to Picard if it in any way retconned or took away from Data's sacrifice in Nemesis. So to me, that is like a 99%. DJ just went live. Qapla, DJ, good luck with your stream. That's like a 99% telling me that Data is just a flashback. Okay? Because if it's a flashback or a memory or Picard's irrematic syndrome or a holodeck of Data, then none of that hurts Data's sacrifice. But it's not Data. And I don't even think it's B4. I think the living Data, the so-called living Data that we saw, it has to be a hologram or a dream. That's the only thing that makes sense. And that would make sense that it wouldn't upset Brent Spiner, because none of that takes away from the actual sacrifice. Data did die in Nemesis. That is official, and that is not changing. Assuming they're not outright lying to us, which they have done before. So, I mean, that's just, we're hoping to take that for granted that they're not lying to us. Rox Odds is Bird of Prey. Are you confusing the Beatles with the OJs in the song Money? Or Pink Floyd? Rox Odds, I don't think so. Maybe the Beatles did a cover of the same song. But in my library, which, you know, I can't attest that every single song is correct, but I have the Beatles singing both songs. I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'm pretty sure. Sci-fi money. I don't know if that's the lyrics. Rox Odds is Bird of Prey. Al Bundy to Bud. Quick. What's more important, money or love? Bud said money. Dad, you can always rent love. That's true. Dan23 is Bird of Prey. Do you want, who do you want to do the next James Bond opening credits music? Dan, I honestly don't care. When I watch James Bond, I don't give a shit about the opening credits. I know a lot of Bond fans, the credits are like the biggest part of the movie for them, and you know, it sets up and they care. It's like the couch gag on The Simpsons for Bond fans. It's like it's this big deal. I watched the James Bond movie to watch the movie. I could care less about the credits. If I could skip the credits, I would. I honestly don't care. Somebody good, somebody decent, obviously. I don't want it to be shit. Like, I don't want to sing the credits. Right? I don't want a crappy singer to sing the credits. So any decent singer, with a decent song can do it. Now in Bond news, and I'm assuming most people have heard about this, but, the current producers of James Bond, I would say in a reversal, but officially it's not a reversal because we were just assuming, but they have said in no uncertain terms they will never do a female James Bond. James Bond is always going to be a man, a dude. Now, they said he could be a dude of any color, which is fine, because there are British people of all colors. I mean, most are white, but these days you can have other, you know, it's for the longest time the British Empire has had, you know, people from all around the world, so they haven't always been all white. But, you know, most people were, but it's 2020. There could be some diverse casting in James Bond. Most people wouldn't have a problem with it. But the character of James Bond, they said, is definitively a man. And as long as they're in charge, it will always be a man. So I know a few months ago, everybody was going nuts that a woman was going to be playing 007 James Bond. I don't know if that was a rumor, a reversal, or what, but supposedly they did come out and confirm that's not going to happen. So that, I think, is very good for James Bond, but the opening credits, it just doesn't mean anything to me. And I know I'm not the biggest Bond fan. I like them. I try to watch the Bond movies. It's not that I hate James Bond, but it's not one of the franchises I love. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey National Anthem reminds me of something that could be used on Futurama. That's probably why I like it. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird of Prey, hi to the Mary O's. Who's the Mary O's? No, not Mary O, Mario. Sci-Fi Nation says, I think me and Bird of Prey need to have a Who Pronounces It Worse stream. I'm not pronouncing Mario wrong. Carlos is Bird of Prey. So you're going to watch Star Trek, Frank and Freddy. No. Dan23 says, anything Star Trek, you'll be watching the kids' Nickelodeon show. I honestly might. I honestly might. Probably won't watch it on Nickelodeon. But I will probably have to at least try watching it. I really will. Sci-Fi Nation is Bird of Prey, then why does Mario say it's me, Mario? Because they had an idiot do the voiceover. I don't know. But if his name is Mario and he's an Italian plumber, it is pronounced Mario. It is not pronounced Mario. Okay, maybe it was the 4-bit sound processor in whatever system that audio came from. Maybe that's why he says it's Mario. But if you've seen the Mario Brothers movie, right, with the live action Mario Brothers movie, they pronounce Mario correctly. DJ says even Mario pronounces it Mario. I call bullcrap. Azine says, evening to all my Carogan comrades and our glorious leader, Bird of Prey 5. Qapla, Azine. Good to see you. Vile Mike says, Bird of Prey. The way you're saying it might be how some people want their name to be pronounced. Nintendo's Mario is pronounced Mario. No, it's not. Joseph says, Mario is Italian. With your topic, you are die by Jersey. Die by Jersey? No, we're not Jersey here. We're Queens, born in Brooklyn. Excuse me. Dan23 says, what else do I have to say? They'll never stop. The Simpsons. Have no fears. We've got stories for years. Like Marge becomes a robot. Maybe Mo gets a cell phone. Have no fear. We got stories for years. Yes, I love that. That was, I believe, the Simpsons spin-off showcase, maybe? It was one of the Simpsons specials that was a clip show. And Troy McClure, I believe, was hosting. And, yeah, I mean, that was like season 7 or 8 or 6, maybe. And they were already concerned about running out of episodes. And now we're 30-something seasons later. No, not 30-something seasons later. We're at season 30 or 31 now, and they're still going. I was happy, they got to season 10, 12, 15, 18, even season 20. In hindsight, they probably should have ended between 20 and 25. Sci-Fi Nations is Fast Forward Seeker Wesley. Continuum Trek says, what up, Bird of Prey? How are you? Qapla, Continuum Trek. I am good. How are you, my friend? Roxodds is Bird of Prey. I keep up with the chat and I respond to it. You do, Roxodds. You do. Dan23 is Bird of Prey. Does it state that Brett Spinner is data on the official website? Yes, it is data, but it's not data alive. And it doesn't mean that Brent Spina, it doesn't mean that's data in the box. Okay, it means it's data in what I believe is a dream sequence where Picard, and the data is wearing his data uniform from TNG. Okay? That's the actor playing data. He's actually playing data. The box is not, they don't have the actor, Brent Spiner, in a draw, cut up, playing, no, that's a prosthetic. So he's not a credited actor. The prosthetic in the draw is not Brent Spiner. It's a prosthetic made up to look like Brent Spiner, but that's not Brent Spiner. That's not Data. Sci-Fi Nation says Laura was placed in the draw and after being dismantled before it was on Picard on the Enterprise E. Yes, Sci-Fi Nation. However, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that that's lore in the draw. I don't think it's lore in the draw. I think they're going to just ignore that lore ever existed. Only because in the episodes they said to watch before Picard, none of those episodes ever mentioned lore. I don't think. They specifically left out watching Descent, which would have focused on lore. They specifically left out watching Measure of a Man, which by all rights they should have had us watch. But I think they don't want us to remember what happened in Measure of a Man, because I think that will conflict with what happens in Picard. But I honestly don't think we're going to see lore. We'll see. I could be wrong. Abberjam says before couldn't take Data's load. I did say that. And BioMike caught it too. Jeff Franklin says Bird of Prey what before couldn't take Data's load. Oh, Jesus. Everybody heard it. Green says Bird of Prey, can you pronounce Gagoots? And let me know what it is. Since you're Italian, you should know. Honestly, I've heard of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is and how Staten Island says it. If you're a Staten Islander, you should ask, hey, where's my gagoots? It means crazy in the head. But if you say mature Italian-American gentleman's garden, that's gagoots, referring to a long hairy squash typically harvested in August. Actually, it's really cucuzza. So, I don't know. I'm not Staten Island Italian, I'm Brooklyn Italian, so it's different. It's subtle, but it's different. Miss Londell says Bird of Prey Data is on the holodeck. It's the only answer that makes sense. Or it's a dream. And honestly, Miss Lundell, I think it's a dream. I think the dream makes more sense because Picard is in his uniform and he's remembering. He's having a dream. I would venture to guess that the what we saw in the trailer of Data sitting and painting in the field in the vineyard is a dream, not a holodeck. Uncle Remus is Bird of Prey. Bwahaha. Lucasfilm reportedly canceled Obi-Wan Disney Plus show. What a laugh. Look, that's terrible. I mean, why would they cancel it? I don't know. Dan23 says Bird of Prey on TV in UK right now. Patrick Stewart is on the Graham Norton show. Oh, isn't that lovely? Carlos says confirmation Bird of Prey is a queen. He said it himself. Wesley says Bird of Prey, my girlfriend is Italian and says Mario is correct pronunciation. Maybe she's fake Italian, Wesley. Wesley says Mario again. Roxodds says Bird of Prey, are you saying lore as in the drawer? I don't know what we're talking about. Uncle Remus says Bird of Prey, Mamo Prey, what is gagoots? Do you know what gagoots is? Well, you lived on Staten Island, so you should know what gagoots is. So Mamo Prey has heard of gagoots, but she can't remember exactly what it is. It's okay. I googled it. What is it? Well, Staten Islanders apparently refer to a hairy squash that they harvest in August. Gagoots. Yes. Is it the flower from the squash or the... Mama Prey saying she thinks it might be the flower from the squash. But they also said in this... They fry it up. They fry up the gagoots. We used to have gagoots growing. Behind the pool. Anyway, yes, it's Dear Bop time. Sci-Fi says, Bird Prey DJ is pimping you on his stream, watching you and Anti-Trekker. Well, very cool. If you're watching me on DJ Odyssey stream, I gotta say, DJ Odyssey is a great guy. You should definitely subscribe to him, subscribe to me, subscribe to Anti-Trekker, and tell DJ that he is the father. Hey, DJ, you are the father. And Night Breeze has just gone live. Everybody's going live tonight. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to do some Dear Bops, and then we're going to play Use Your Words. So let's get the Dear Bopper set up. The Dear Bopper. That's the new word. Gagoots is a vegetable, says Uncle Remus. Yes. So I hear. And of course, we've got a ton of Dear Bops that have come in today. Okay. Dear Bop, did you actually believe we would not use this to troll you? You know, I'll be completely honest. I didn't think you would. I mean, in hindsight, I get it. I do. But at the time I made it, I honestly thought the majority of answers I would be giving would be, now granted, I expected that some people would exaggerate problems, but I didn't think it would be used as a tool to troll me. I thought it'd be a tool to give interesting and funny advice, and sometimes legit advice, which it has. It has done legit advice, but the amount of trolling to legit advice I thought would be, 90-10 legit to trolling, when it's like 90 trolling to 10 legit. Dear Bop, in a few more somethings, I'm moving out of my house. I lived with my mother for 30 plus years, but I finally fallen in love and am moving in with them. With them? I'm extremely worried about leaving my mother alone. Any advice on how I can feel better about it? Okay, I assume with them you mean the other person, not that you're moving in with 2 or 3 people in which you've fallen in love with. Because if you haven't fallen in love with multiple people and are moving in with them, it's probably a cult, and you should probably not move in with them. If it's a singular person you're moving in with, congratulations, and I hope it goes well. As for leaving your mother alone, if she has of good health and all that, then, she'll probably be happy to get rid of you. I mean, not totally. She'll still want you to come over for dinner, perhaps, or invite her for dinner. But,
Mothers always want their sons to be happy.
Mama Praise confirming, mothers always want their sons to be happy. I don't know what that means about their daughters. But they're daughters too. But you said sons.
I thought you were talking to.
I assume it's a guy, but I have no way of knowing if it's a guy or not. Okay. Moms always want their children to be happy, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. If your mother is not perfectly, has physical issues, then you should seriously consider getting one of those medic alert things, those bracelets or those things they wear around their neck. God forbid they have a medical emergency. They just click on that and you could get a phone call, an ambulance could come, whatever. They don't have to call an ambulance. They can just call you. My cousin actually puts those in these days, installs them for people. They're getting very, very popular, especially with the aging population. And, if you get that, you should both feel safer that nobody's really truly alone. But obviously it's going to be a big change for you. If it's been 30 plus years, it's going to be a big change for you, and it's going to be a big change for your mom. But congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck. Sci-Fi Nations is Bird of Prey. It's a 4-way now with Night Breeze. Wow. Hungry Mrs. Firmware is reported Obi-Wan series is canceled. Geeks and Gamers made a video already. Oh, whatever. Hungry Mrs. Mama Prey, what is Gagoots? Yeah, it's a vegetable. Sci-Fi Nation DJ's pimping you. I read that. And Dan 28 Bird of Prey Lucasfilm has reported canceled the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. I just don't understand why they would cancel it. I mean, The Mandalorian did well, and it seems like, you know, Star Wars fans, as much as they disliked or didn't love, whatever you want to call it, the Rise of Skywalker, most people generally liked Mandalorian, and I think that they still had a big future in Star Wars on Disney Plus. So it seems weird that they would cancel it. Dear Bop, Frank and Freddie is old news. We all want to know about their devotion to each other. We all know about their devotion to each other. Did you hear about Bruce and Barry? I have not heard about Bruce and Barry, and more importantly, I don't care to hear about Bruce and Barry. So, please don't. Dear Bob, please would you help me? I was working in some guy's house and I decided to cook eggs Benedict and toast for breakfast. I cooked the toast in the traditional manner, which is putting the butter on the bread before putting the bread into the toaster, and everything was going fine. And then they started shouting at me and falsely accused me of switching on the gas, and they threw me out of the house. When my boss heard about this, I was fired, and now I'm living on the streets. I was only doing my job to the best of my ability. You think I have grounds for legal action against the guy with the massive head? Thank you. No, I don't think you have any legal grounds. And yeah, if I'm not denying that might have been to the best of your ability, but if that is to the best of your ability, the company you worked for should have prevented you from going to anybody's house and providing help to begin with. So you might have a lawsuit against the company that supposedly trained you, because I would say they failed at training you enough. You might be able to sue them, but I'm pretty sure whoever threw you out of their house for screwing up how you butter and toast bread, you're not gonna see a dime from that. But yeah, go after the person who employed you to begin with and said that you passed the test, because clearly you did not, or the test was rigged. Dear Bob, I'm afraid you are turning into a Soviet-style dictatorship. Repent, repent, repent. Sign, the Avenging Red Angel. No, we are not a Soviet-style dictatorship. Caroga enjoys numerous freedoms, both of civil rights and economic. So don't worry about it. No fear. No fear. Sorry about that, guys. Dear Bob, breaking news. The new duet album is coming out. Frank and Freddie Bedlife live album. Get it while it asks. Your musical coordinator. Fake news. That's simply not happening. Dear Bob, Greg here. Oh, Greg. Alexandro is really into women. Fortunately, broke and owes money. It's okay. Yeah, okay, you got a minute. Sassy's getting her food, so she has to bark to remind Mama Prey that it's her food and nobody else's. Wow. Okay. So fortunately, broke and owes money, so Bob and I are having fun. However, as a straight man, what would you like to hear or experience from a woman that would turn you on? We don't want to dose him all the time with Viagra just to have fun with the hunk. You should get an attractive lady in there, and she will know what to do. And although anything she does will be immediately undone by seeing you and Greg, you and Bob. So honestly, you probably should just keep up with the Viagra. There's nothing better you can do for him. Hopefully you're paying him a good amount of money. Dear Bob, I've recently purchased my very first Bedlife. Any recommendations on an instructor? Well, you could do your first battles. You should video record yourself doing it, preferably in a garage or other enclosed area where you're likely to hit the wall or the ceiling or a light bulb, and keep that camera recording. And then you can upload that video to YouTube, and it will go viral, and you'll get millions of views, and people will auto-tune music to it, and you'll be making money from all the streaming services, all YouTube videos, billions of hits. It's going to be Star Wars guy all over again. So you don't need a partner. Just record yourself playing with your Bedlife in the garage. Very important the camera sees the entire garage. Dear Sassy, when do you plan on opening bird and alpaca beagle bites in Robot Hell with hooker bots and blackjack? We know what. Forget the bird and alpaca beagle bites and blackjack. We know what. Forget the bird and alpaca beagle bites and blackjack. Where are the hooker bots? Side Bender Bending Rodriguez, which is Bender's actual full name from Futurama. Sassy does not participate in beagle bites. And a reminder, we are not in Robot Hell, aka New Jersey. Dear Bob, this is a letter to inform you that if you continue to push false information, such as the father of your sister, you will be brought before court. This is a cease and desist order by the law offices of Crane, Poole, and Schmidt. Crane, Poole, and Schmidt wins. Still undefeated, Denny Crane. Well, I can tell you, I've never questioned who the father of Sister O'Prey is. So this is a poorly written cease and desist letter.
Rephrase that.
No, that's what they said.
Oh.
See, they said that I'm providing false information, such as the father of your sister.
Oh.
So no, I've never provided false information. I will stand up in court, and we have proof that Dad O'Prey is the dad of Sister O'Prey. So I've never said otherwise. So it seems that Denny Crane's mad cow has gotten to him, because I assume this was supposed to be a cease and desist letter about saying DJ is the father of Sis O'Prey's baby.
I just said on DJ too, he's not the father.
Well, are you really in a position to know for sure?
Yeah.
No.
I was there.
No. So I think Denny Crane's gotta redo his legal brief. Dear Bob, I really need some advice. I suffer from multiple personality disorders. I recently found many tabs of this site open. After waking up from falling asleep at my computer, I think I may have been writing you as one of my other's personalities. I hope this doesn't continue. A fan. That's fine. Lots of people have multiple personalities and they get along just fine. Just make sure you have a different personality for a different YouTube account for each personality, and subscribe to me with all of them. It's win, 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 win. No matter how many personalities you have, it's a win. So that's all you have to do, and you can live. If you got this far, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Dear Bob, okay, depending on your skills as a Jedi, your weapon would be different colors. That being said, if Frank and Freddy were Jedi, what colors would their double-bladed dildo be? Not Mr. Bunnyman. Well, they wouldn't have a double-bladed dildo, so this is nonsense. Gonna be skipped. Banned. You're banned. Though I can't ban you. Dear Bob, I'm really under a lot of stress. I've always held it in, but I need to talk to someone about my problems. I'm 30. I live with my parents because of how high the cost of living is in my area. I have a dead-end job in retail. I have student debt. My school closed because it had almost all Chinese students. My credit cards have debt. My girlfriend is a Trump hater. My parents plan to move out of state to somewhere better and want me to move with them. I will give you more details soon. A stressed out viewer. Thanks, Bob. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. There are a lot of people your age that still live with their parents. Dad O'Pre's brother lived with his parents to a similar age, and that was 30 years ago. And depending on the family, it became more common, certainly in the last 20 years, but in some families it was the norm where adult children lived with the parents until they married and left and got their own places. Now, because it's so expensive to buy a home in major cities, it's extremely difficult. And when people do, like I have a cousin who, got married, but they knew they would never be able to afford a home in Long Island, so they moved to a town in upstate New York and bought a beautiful home for a fraction of the price, and with acres of land in upstate New York. And they made new friends, and life goes on. As for your girlfriend being a Trump hater, a lot of people are Trump haters. You have to, I'm assuming you're not a Trump hater. You might even be a Trump supporter, since you brought that up, assuming that's a bad thing. So you got to decide what's more important, your girlfriend or your politics. I would imagine you guys could probably work it out, but I could also see that if you guys are so diametrically opposed, then you might want to nix that now while you're still young enough to find somebody else that believes things more like you do. I honestly don't know. I don't know your situation. But it seems like your most important decision is whether you move with your parents or not. So if you don't move with your parents, I imagine the question is, would your girlfriend be willing to shack up with you if you don't get married and just you guys be able to share an apartment somewhere? I don't know if you two have the money to do it, but it seems like the biggest question you need to be asking. And I do wish you luck. Obviously, without more details, it's hard to say what to do. I would be very cautious about moving in with somebody who you would define as a Trump hater. As one of the few things you've told me, in fact, the only thing you've told me about your girlfriend, is that she's a Trump hater. You didn't tell me what her if she has a job, what her degree is in, if she went to school at all, her eye color, her hair color, how long have you been together. You haven't even told me that you particularly care for her or any of that. The one thing you describe her as is a Trump hater. So I assume that is a pretty big deal for you. And if it's that big of a deal, you honestly might want to consider rectifying that, because I'm going to tell you, you can still relatively easy to find somebody new at 30 It is much, much harder the older you get. And every year you waste with somebody, if it's not going to pay off into a long-term, relationship, possibly marriage, if you guys have talked about that, then you're really just wasting each other's time. So hopefully you guys can figure that out. I hope that helps some. Dear Bob, listen to this, Bird Brains. It's from Nintendo themselves. How do they pronounce it? Mario, not Mario. And since they own the IP, they determine the canon. Putz. From Gary. These are just people who don't know how to pronounce Mario. Okay, I guess I probably shouldn't have played that much of a commercial. 15 seconds. Hopefully it's not too bad. They are all pronouncing it wrong. That's all I can say. Mario. It's Mario. Dear Bob, we like your tool. It gives good advice. Oh, thank you. I guess. Dear Bob, I was recently seconded to a small damp stone room. Seconded to a small damp stone room where I have been shackled to the wall. I am fed gruel once a day and given limited access. My captor has been forcing me to create songs for the glory of his nation, but he is never happy with the lyrics. I fear if I do not escape this place soon, he may force me to spend time with him and his harem of she-males. I need to get out of this place. Please, can you help? Well, it sounds like you might be in Kurdistan, because certainly in Caroga, we don't shackle people for creating songs, and we don't have any harem of she-males. So you could probably, if it's Kurdistani built, you might feel shackled. It looks like shackles, but it's probably plastic or just, really bad metal, where if you just pull really hard, it will probably just break off the wall, and you'd be able, the door probably doesn't even lock. You just pull really hard, the shackles will probably come right off the wall, and you can probably just walk out of there in the middle of the night. No one will even notice you're gone. So good luck and Godspeed. You can get to freedom, my friend. Yes, Sassy. Dear Bob, which do you like better? 3 ways or 4 ways? It seems like there's a trap here, but I can't figure out what the trap is. I would say, I guess it depends. There's no definitive answer. It would depend solely. I mean, certainly I could see where I would enjoy 3-way over a 4-way, depending on the people in each. So I would say there's no specific answer to that question. You would need further details, and it's more possible, considering the people that ask this type of thing are always trying to entrap me, that I would probably pass on that all completely, because people always trying to get me to say something that I'll regret. It's not Mario. Where are we? A 4-way with Night Breeze. So that's what you mean. Dan23 says Bird of Prey. Luke, I read that. Sci-Fi says Bird of Prey. Mamo Prey is in the good stream. Lol. Oh. You did. You went to DJ stream? Sci-Fi Nation says Bird of Prey. How did that double Frank and Freddy 4-way feel, courtesy of DJ watching Anti-Trekker and Night Breeze watching DJ? I have no idea what's going on. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, Del Arco, a.k.a. you, reveals he never had all the answers. There's a lot of novels about what happened and the Borg and possible stories that could have developed. The novels mean nothing. They didn't read the novels. They don't care about the novels. Dan says, so creating Yu's backstory. Nerdrotic with a $25 super chat. Qapla, Nerdrotic. Qapla, I'm honored you're here, and thank you. I Nerdrotic, I was on... See, I'm a Patreon of Nerdrotic, so Nerdrotic does Patreon-only streams. Unfortunately, some of them he does in the middle of the night, my time, so I don't get to watch them till the next morning. So like 2 or 3 nights ago, Nerdrotic did his Patreon-only stream. I was asleep, so when I woke up, I put it on. And during the course of the stream, he listed all of his subscribers for reasons. He was showing people his YouTube, what it looks like to him. And I saw Anti-Trekker, and I saw some other A's, and I saw some C's. But there was like 1 or 2 B's, and I wasn't one of them. And I knew he was subscribed at one point. Now, had I been live on the stream, I could have said, hey, Nerdrotic, you got unsubbed. But I had to wait till I saw him on his next daytime stream. So I sent him a small super chat and said, hey, I think you got unsubbed. And sure enough, he did. So YouTube is, now he admits it could have been his cell phone. And yes, I think that's a big problem with why YouTube would unsub people from a cell phone click. But Mom O'Prey was not only unsubbed, okay, not unsub. Mom O'Prey's emails got marked as spam somehow. So Nerdrotic got unsubbed. Mom O'Prey's emails got marked as spam. She found them all in her spam box. And obviously Mom O'Prey didn't mark my emails as spam.
No, I did.
So all kinds of weird stuff's going on with YouTube. Even if you are subscribed, you gotta check your spam box. Nerdrotic says, hail, I'm lurking. Hail, Nerdrotic. No problem. And yeah, a bunch unsub from me. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, no problem, Nerdrotic. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan. Qapla, and honored that you are here. So this is actually coming down towards the end of the stream, although we are going to play a game.
Okay, one more second.
Yes, Mama Pray.
Everybody's YouTube notifications.
Oh, everybody's YouTube notifications was going to the... Okay, so she's got them out of her spam box. So Dandroid uses Bird of Prey. Hope the actor doesn't think Star Trek novels are canon. Well, they're not. I mean, I don't even think he thinks they're canon. Sci-Fi Nation says Bird of Prey. It's Mario. It's not Mario. Mario. I have friends that were called Mario. That's how you pronounce the name. I'm sorry. If you're making a game about Italian plumber and you're going to tell me that they're naming him Mario, but we pronounce it Mario, no, it doesn't work like that. That's just because, let's face it, the people who program Mario and Nintendo are from Japan. So maybe they have a bad translation somewhere, but it doesn't change. I'm not going to not call the guy Mario, right? And again, I defer to the original movie, Mario and Luigi live action movie. I'm sure it was Mario. Yes, hail Gary, indeed. So what did Uncle Remus? Uncle Remus says you should get the host from Creature Features on Friday Night Tights. Friday Night Tights, Gary, or Tangella. Very cool. And Nerdrotic says, yes, that's a real good idea. And Nerdrotic says, it's an honor to have you in the Nerdrotic family, my friend. Thank you, Nerdrotic. It is an honor to be in the Nerdrotic family. And of course, Doomcock and Nerdrotic. I've got a little piece. While you're here, I do have a complaint to file, Nerdrotic. And I think you know what it is. Maybe you don't. Exozone, Nerdrotic. Exozone. Exozone is my favorite stream of the week. And it's been like 4 weeks now without an Exozone. And it's so trying. I love Exozone. Thursday afternoon, Exozone. And since before the holidays, There's been promises of Exozone, and there's been no Exozone. Now, I know next week we've got a real promise that you guys are going to do Exozone. And I understand, listen, things happen. But please do. Please do it Exozone, Nerdrotic. I'm missing it. I'm missing it. And I really like those Exozones. Oh, your power went out Thursday for 8 hours. Oh, well. They're trying. You see? It's the government. They know. They're trying to stop the Exozone. They're going to stop it by any way necessary. So maybe you need to broadcast out of a secret location, a Starbucks or a McDonald's, someplace that has Wi-Fi. But yeah, Exozone. Okay, well, if the power was out, the power was out. You can't do much. But just so you know, I am patiently waiting for the next Exozone. Abberjam says, yeah, where the hell has Exozone been? Yeah, I understand. The Friday Night Tights, huge show for Nerdrotic. He gets 3,000 people there sometimes. The Inquisition, Sunday nights, get 2,500 people there sometimes. Huge show for him and Doomcock. And Exozone, which is on their secondary channels, if they get 500-600 people, I think that's about average. So I understand Exozone is like the redheaded stepchild of the family, but yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Nerdrotic promises next Thursday. It's okay, Nerdrotic. It rained, or what we call in San Francisco, flushing the toilet. Poop City. Yeah, Nerdrotic lives in Poop City, California. I can't. I mean, it's getting pretty bad in New York City. Now, luckily, I don't go outside all that often, and certainly not to Manhattan. But it's getting pretty bad here too. But yeah, you guys still take the poop capital for now. It's getting worse. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now, guys, and Nerdrotic, if you're interested, by all means, I hope you can join us. We're gonna play a round of Use Your Words, which is a party game. I think most of us have seen it. I'm gonna start it. Anybody can play, and there's room for 6 people. The first 6 people, well, I'll be the first one, but then 5 others. Whoever gets in, and then if you don't get a space, you can still play by being part of the audience and voting for your favorite answers. So give a minute for me to get this ready. Oh, read more chats. Nerdrotic loves Exozone, but YouTube hates it. I understand.
And they're unfunny
and sassy. There we go. Okay. It's okay. So I've got to get. Actually, I've got to do this with this off the screen, because if I put it up, it's possible I will get locked out of my own game. So requesting room. Now to play this, you want to go to Words Game. I will put the link in. wordsgame.lol. So let me put the link into the chat. So you can click on this link as soon as you want to for wordsgame.lol. And then as soon as the code comes up on the screen, you can enter it to enter in the game.
Grab a web-enabled device like a smartphone, a tablet, or anything with a browser and navigate to www.wordsgame.lol. Then enter the room code.
I'm a player. Bird. Oh, pray 5. There we go. Okay. So now
Have
we will
you
put.
checked out the settings menu yet?
No, actually, I have checked out the settings menu. Yes, I have. Okay, so the room code is ZUHZ. ZUHZ. Go to wordsgame.lol in your browser, and we have room for 5 more people to play, and then we can fill in anybody else after that can be part of the audience. It's basically an unlimited audience size. Okay, so we've got our 6 people. Me, Vile, Nightbreeze, Anti-Tracker, Denny Crane, and Uncle Remus. Okay, so I'm hitting play.
Now, it's time to use your words. The glory of the silver screen.
Qapla, Nightbreeze. Qapla.
It's sub the title. You're about to see
Okay, so we got to put in an answer for a subtitled film clip. You're going to see the subtitle twice.
The clip will play twice. Now, for our feature presentation.
So be sure to fill in the answer on your device.
Король Александр посмел выступить против нас. Братья рыцари, король Александр посмел выступить против нас.
Okay, so listen up, knights, and then fill in the rest. Now, you want to try to make your answers stick out, that they're not game answers. Because that's the only way you lose. You lose points, is if you pick an answer the game created. Now, if you can't think of anything, you can always choose have the game answer for me. And then if somebody picks that answer, they lose points and you get
Король
points.
Александр посмел выступить против нас. Братья рыцари, король Александр посмел выступить против нас.
Leave no turtle standing alive. We will crush our enemies with giant boots.
Король Александр
Caroga will fall.
нас. Братья рыцари, король Александр
I'm stepping down following allegations of misconduct.
Братья рыцари, король Александр
To all Carogan soldiers, I will shoot you myself if you retreat. Never surrender.
рыцари, король Александр
DJ Odyssey is not the father.
Братья рыцари,
Listen up, knights.
король Александр
Caroga will fall.
против нас.
A lot of words for Caroga will fall.
Extra answer in there. We always throw in one of our own house answers. When
Okay,
you press the
hopefully you
house
can hear it
decoy
better
button,
now.
You get to use one of the house answers for yourself. But watch out. Voting for any house answer will deduct points from your score. So pick your favorite answer. But watch out for house answers.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you can hear the game better now. I raised the volume by quite a bit. Although the game is silent right now, so there's nothing to hear.
Let's see how
Okay.
you voted.
Better. Okay, good. So Caroga will fall. 2,000 for Anti-Tracker. DJ's not the father. 3,000 for Denny Crane. Really? And 1,000 for Uncle Remus. I didn't get a single point. I didn't get a single
Deadline
point.
right here and right now. It's extra, extra.
Write a headline for this photo. Oh boy. Oh boy. I might be the last one to enter. Because I changed answers 3 times. I changed answers.
Here's what you wrote.
Sisso pray baby finds father wears bunny suit. Birdo Prey discovers STD porn. It was the best of times. It was the heat rash of times. A baby bird in the grass is worth 2 in the Bedlife. Obi-Wan, Disney plus cancel, Disney versus Star Wars. Young Bird of Prey sees pictures of Frank and Freddy ruined for life. I have to say, I did not have glasses as a kid. Bird of Prey 5's first live stream. I wish.
Now, vote for your favorite answer.
That
But
kid would
watch
get
out
a
for
lot
house
more.
answers.
That kid would get a lot more viewers than I do. Abic Beers his bird before he started
Here's how
storing
you
milk
voted.
under the chair. Oh, that story. That story. Okay, 1,000 for Denny Crane. 2,000 for me. 2,000, 3,000 for Night Breeze. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm on the board with 2,000. Denny Crane's in the lead with 4,000. Night
And
Breeze
now,
has got
the machine
3,000.
that lets you blank yourself. It's Blank-O-Matic.
Okay, fill in the blank. Taco Bell has tasty food items, but they lost me with the new, and we all know what every answer is going to be. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just play into it, and everybody, it's all going to be the same. We're going to have 5 different answers of the same thing. As for what their answer was, Mama Pray, if you're watching, you can see. It has the answer, and then it has whoever gets the points. That's the person who put in that answer.
Here are your answers.
So, Tribble Snack Bites. Okay. Bird o' Prey Bottom Burper Chalupa. Bottom Burper Chalupa. Diarrhea. That sounds like a house answer. Beagle Bites Taco. Beagle Looper Crunchwrap. Poor Sassy. Freddy and Frankie meal. Pink Taco featuring Birdo hot sauce.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
You vote for your favorite answer. I don't know. I don't like any of these answers. Okay. Okay. So, where we got going on?
Let's see
Very
how you
cool.
voted.
Beagle Looper Crunchwrap is 1,000 for Anti-Tracker. Pink Taco featuring Birdo hot sauce is 1,000 for Vile.
Oh
Diarrhea
dear, that was a house answer.
is a house answer. Minus 250 for Uncle Remus. I even told you it was a house answer. Birdo Prey Bottom Chalupa is 1,000 for Uncle Remus. Tribble Snack Bites is 2,000 for Denny Crane. And nobody picked Beagle Bites Taco, you sons of bitches. Everybody got points in that round but me.
The magic of cinema is yours to ruin. It's Sub the Title.
We're back to sub the title.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize.
お母さんがね本当に動物を可愛がるなら
Insert subtitle here.
謝ろうと思って
DJ.
お母さんがね本当に動物を可愛がるなら
Kid must apologize. For what? And he says a few things. Okay. Okay. So DJ Odyssey saying he's Denny Crane. Okay, if you can't think of anything, use the house
Get ready.
decoy.
Here's what you came up with.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize. Apologize for
お母
what?
さんがね
I gave Frank and Freddie Bird's address.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize. Apologize
お
for
母
what?
さんがね
I stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, me.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize.
お
Apologize
母
for
さん
what?
がね
I like the rise of Skywalker.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize. Apologize for
お
what?
母さんがね
I liked Rise of Skywalker and now Nerdrotic won't talk to me.
謝ろうと思って
I must apologize. Apologize for what? I greenlit Discovery. Oh, that son of a bitch
謝
kid.
ろうと思って
I must apologize. Apologize
お
for
母さん
what?
がね
Nurse, who is really, really bad.
謝ろうと思って
Apologize
お
for
母さんが
what?
ね
I poked holes in DJ Odyssey's condom.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
Oh no, DJ. DJ is not the father. That's his story and he's sticking to it.
Let's see how
Okay.
you voted, shall we?
Greenlit Discovery, 1,000 for Nightbreeze. Liked Rise of Skywalker, 1,000 for me. I gave Frank and Freddie Bird's address, 1,000 for Uncle Remus. Liked Skywalker, and now Nerdrotic won't talk to me. 3,000 for Anti-Trekker. Very good. Very good, Anti-Trekker. So Anti-Trekker and Denny Crane
From
are in the
around
lead.
world and right through your window
Tied,
pane.
6,000 points.
It's extra, extra. Anybody got a broom?
Good night, Dan23. Write a headline for this photo. Oh boy. Be nice. Apparently people are thinking hard, long and hard on this one. So Denny Crane's got 6,000, Vile's got 1,000, I got 3,000. I'm only 3,000 back right now. I can make up 3,000 points in the final round. I've done it many times. Nightbreeze got 4,000. Anti-Trekker's got 6,000. So I'm in second to last place. No, I'm either in third place or second to last.
You've only got 30 seconds left.
30
so
seconds
wrap it up.
left.
Here's what you wrote.
Have you ever slept with a black man before? Berto Prey has. Wow. Man actually figures out G-spot. That's a house answer. Berto Prey 5 is the real writer for Doctor Who. Freddy did what? It was bigger letters, so I had... Man tells friend the truth about Caroga's orphan food program. I think AOC is the smartest congresswoman ever. Secret of my success, I cosplay as a bunny. He's
Time
a
to
furry.
vote for your favorite. Pick
It's not
a winner.
cosplay as a bunny. You're just a furry. You're just a furry. Oh, okay. Had to choose. So it was a hard one. Nerdrotics is Anti-Trekker Who. Pro Raylo is his name now. Yeah. Time to change your name, Anti-Trekker.
Here's how you voted.
Okay. Man tells a friend the truth about Krogan Orphan Program. 1,000 for Anti-Trekker. 1,000 for Nightbreed. Slept with a black man. 1,000 for Uncle Ramus. 1,000 for Danny Crane. 2,000 for Violet. And again, nobody picks mine. They're cheating. I don't know how, but they're all cheating.
And now, for the latest in
I forget.
obsolete technology, it's Blank-O-Matic.
Freddy did what was mine. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna... Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna...
And you're in the middle of the game.
Yes. Oh, it's okay. I can take the camera off the game. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Okay. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna fill in the blank. So I am tied for last place now. I'm tied for last place.
And here's what you came up with.
Talk to you, Anti-Trekker, because I hate people who like Rise of Skywalker Nerdrotic. Stop filling that ass, Freddy to Frank. Never gonna let birds sing. Please, God, no. That's fair. Free the Karogan slaves. Never gonna free the Karogan slaves. Let you live down liking the Rise of Skywalker. We know who that's pointed to. Send a link and rickroll you. Give my opinion to Nerdrotic again.
Okay, vote for your favorite answer.
Okay, vote for your favorite. Okay.
Here's how you voted.
Hey, 1,000 for me. 1,000 for Anti-Trekker. 2,000 for Uncle Remus. Now I'm in last place. Oh, Vile's actually in last place. Oh, wow. 2,000 for Denny Crane. Denny Crane's taking a massive lead. I'm second to last place. Uncle Remus is third. Anti-Trekker, Nightbreeze, and Anti-Trekker.
The lightning
Okay,
round
so this is the lightning round.
Says,
Wesley's is Bird of Prey. Why do you ever play this game when I'm home?
Doubled. You'll be shown
And Josh
3
reads his
prompts in a
blow.
row.
We changed the
And
game
since
so you
Let's Play
can't
mode
cheat.
is turned on, you'll get 90 seconds apiece to answer each one. Here's your first prompt.
Name a person. Name a reason to suspect your girlfriend is actually a ghost. Wow. Wow, that's terrible. That is terrible. That is awful. Okay, now there's going to be another question after this because it's the final round. Right, well, yeah, who is the ghost? Because
Here's
you have a
your second
candle
prompt.
and an Irishman keeps telling you, I won't be responsible for what happens. Make up a cartoon character Disney would reject. Oh, it's like the perfect. It's like the perfect. A cartoon character Disney would reject. AOC. I think they would have Princess AOC. One more. 30 seconds.
Here's your third and final prompt.
Third and final prompt. Make up an unfortunate baby name. If any of you bastards say Bird of Prey 5 again, I will kick your ass. I don't know how. But I will send Sassy or Mama Prey or Sisso Prey, even though she's pregnant, and find some way to kick your ass. Okay, we've already had this on other streams. Everybody puts in Bird of Prey 5. Yeah, Wesley already said Bird of Prey 5 is the winning answer. We know. Use some creativity, people. Like DJ Odyssey Jr. Survey says, name a reason to suspect your girlfriend is a ghost, and I F her, and she says she doesn't feel anything. Every time I reach out to touch her, she disappears. She always seems to be in the room with me, giving the death stare. More, oh Jesus, on the sheets than usual. She floats above my bed. Oh, that's a pretty good giveaway. Like in the original Ghostbusters. Her hands freeze your soul. I wonder if in the new Ghostbusters. Anyway, she is glowing in blue, and Nerdrotic is behind her saying that she sucks.
Vote for your favorite answer.
Wow. She's glowing in blue, and Nerdrotic is behind her saying that she sucks. Huh. Okay, well.
Okay, let's see what you weirdos wrote.
Make up a cartoon character. Anything Nerdrotic wants. Oh, that Disney would reject. Nerdrotic, the straight white male. Cartoon character. Disney would reject. Bird of Prey 5. Sexy Sassy, the girlfriend of Birdie the Prey 5. Bugs Bunny. I mean, that's probably a house answer, but it's funny. DJ Odyssey. The Pink Bunny. Yeah. I mean, they didn't say it, but I'm adding it. Danny the Polka Dot Dildo.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
Okay, favorite answer vote. Nerdrotic says accurate.
Get ready. Here's what you came up with.
Okay. Survey says, make up an unfortunate baby name. Joey O'Prey 5, of course. DJ Odyssey Jr. Oh, somebody did use it. DJ Odyssey Jr. Somebody did use it. DJ Odyssey O'Prey. Okay. Okay. See, they're not all Bird O'Prey 5s. Rug Dust. Yeah, if that's ever been a house answer. Michael J. Birdo BOP 5. If any of you bastards say Bird of Prey 5 again, I'll kick your ass, Nerdrotic. Wow. And Bird of Prey 5.
Time to vote for your favorite.
Hey, this is where I've got to really shine. I got to win thousands and thousands of points. Points are doubled. Can I get a come from behind victory?
Voted.
It's happened many a times. A reason to defect. She's glowing. 2002. More come on the sheets than usual. 2,000 points. And she can't feel a thing.
House
2,000.
answer.
Son of a bitch! Death Stare, 2,000. So Uncle Remus, Anti-Trekker's in the lead. Now DJ Odyssey's in the lead. Vinyl Mike's up to 7,000. And, oh yes, yes, 1350, I'm in the lead. I'm in the lead. Come on, hold on to that lead. Ah, shit, 1550. It's gonna be close, it's gonna be neck and neck. 13,000. Yes! Yes! Victory! Victory! Again, a come from behind victory for me from Bird of Prey 5.
And the
Qapla.
winner is you.
I'm not cheating.
The spectators
I'm not
have
cheating.
named the funniest player. You receive the Golden Joker Award.
Anti-Trekker is the
spectators have
funniest
also
player.
named the grossest player.
And
You
the Dirty
receive
Bird
the
Award
Dirty
goes to
Bird
Vile.
Trophy. You
Vile
Dirty Bird,
gets
you.
the Dirty Bird Trophy.
Congratulations, and thanks for playing Use Your Words. Next time on Use Your Words, more laughs, more giggles, and more awkward.
Yeah, endgame. Endgame. And let's hope this doesn't freeze. There we go, guys. No, I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. You've got it. You got it. You see, the strategy is you got to play the game one way, and then in the final round, change up your strategy. Because people get used to your answers, and they won't pick you. Now, the other thing in the final round is you have to make an answer that is 100% not a house answer, because there's just too much risk to picking a house answer in the final round. But you also don't want, when you choose your favorite answer, you've got to choose an answer that you don't think a lot of other people will pick, but is also not a house answer. Because if you pick an answer that 5 other people will pick, then that person's going to win, and that person isn't you. Because you can't pick your own answer. So, there's a lot of strategery. A lot of strategery in this game. More than you would expect. At least you got the Dirty Bird Trophy, indeed. Indeed. Abberjam says only in Caroga. Cheater. I know. Well, you know what? And Rational Anthem says, wow, Bird, you really cheated. Cheat. Yeah. You know what? Hate me because I cheat, because I won. That's fine. Anytime I've done well, you know you're doing good when everybody's rooting against you. When I used to go up to upstate New York, Adirondacks with my friends, and I'd play chess against somebody, or I'd play Risk against 5 other people, or whatever the game we were playing, all of my closest and deepest friends, they would always be rooting against me. And I'd say, why? You guys are my closest friends. Why are you rooting against me? Because you always win. They're jealous. They're jealous. It's fine. It's okay. I've come to take peace with it. Okay. When people are rooting for me, that's when I know I'm in trouble. Vile Mike says, good win, Bird of Prey, mutters cheater under breath. I know. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Great stream tonight, I think. Star Trek Picard. Oh man, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So we're gonna end the stream here, and I know Anti-Trekker will probably be streaming in the not too distant future. I don't know if DJ Odyssey or anyone else is still streaming, but if they are, DJ or Nightbreeze or Rational Roundtable, Anti-Trekker, if any of you are still streaming, please put your link in the chat so people can go over to you. Because I'll be ending in just a couple of minutes. Nerdrotic says, great job. Read the Picard New York Times. Read the Picard New York Times article. I will, Nerdrotic. And thank you so much for showing up and hanging out. Really, really means a lot. As you know, to have royalty. Usually the biggest royalty we have in the house is Anti-Trekker. But now we have Nerdrotic in the house, which big, you know. Captain Foley also royalty, has been here a few times, but Nerdrotic brings us up another level. DJ is not going to stream again till much later on tonight. Okay. How much did you pay to get Nerdrotic on? Asked DJ. I knew a guy in San Francisco who made him an offer he couldn't refuse. No. Nerdrotic, I assume, came here of his own free will. Yeah. Anti-Trekker says, so wow, he just tosses me under the bus. Anti-Trekker, I didn't toss you under the bus. I just, numbers are numbers, man. Numbers are numbers. Big bucks. Yeah, big bucks. Big bucks. Bird is the best. Thank you, Tiki. Okay, well, I guess if no one else is streaming... Yes, that is true. Excuse me. The biggest royalty in the room is always Mamo Prey. Vile Mike, you're absolutely correct. However, Mamo Prey has stepped out right now. So, to be honest, I guess, and Sassy's not in the house either right now. So, well, now Sassy just came back in. So, Sassy gets the biggest royalty for right now. Mr. Miles says Nerdrotic is awesome, but he is no editor supreme. Where's my red carpet? Well, Mr. Miles, if you don't edit for me, so Anti-Trekker can provide you with the red carpet. I hope he is. DJ's a son of a bitch. I'm too poor to afford Nerdrotic. DJ, you know you don't have to pay Nerdrotic. You can just go on Nerdrotic. It's fine. But, no, it's not that type of come from behind, Uncle Ramus. Mr. Miles says he only offers brown carpets. Well, I think you need to have a talk with him. DJ says, I do at least feature Nerdrotic on my channel, though. That's true. Everybody's here is very good about featuring and talking about all our other channels, big and small. Shronmore says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mount Prey, fellow nerds. Greetings, Shronmore. So if no one else is streaming, I guess we're just going to end the stream here. Qapla All, take care, good night, and live long and prosper, I guess. No, really, goodbye. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care. Stay on after the credits. If you want one more view of the great Carogan National Anthem created by Abberjam. One more view of the Caroga National Anthem by Abberjam. It's going to play, and then I'm going to end the stream.
Tito.